All right, you guys, I'm a little bit late, but I'm here. I was here on time, but I was getting set up and had a couple technical difficulties, and I'm going to be still adjusting here during timeouts and everything. But thank you for tuning in to KCW LP Pendleton 104.1 FM. This is Wyatona coming to you live from Baker City. Um, doing the Baker Holiday Invitational. Nixyaawii Golden Eagles are here playing the Vale Vikings. Vale, I got not too much information on them, but like I said, I'm just getting caught up. I'm a little bit behind. So Nixyaawii is the away team here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, because like I said, I'm a little bit behind. So Vale got the tip, and their offensive possession was no good. Bronson for the three-point attempt off the assist of Kaela, but it was no good. Vale to the other side of the court now. I'm going to be adjusting the camera for those who are watching the stream. I'm still trying to find the right setup. But stolen by Ella Stewart off the bounce pass there. So Kaela is going to take it down. Picard, she's going to look for a play. She's going to drive it right through. Everybody gets blocked, but they call a foul. So a minute has already gone by in the game. No score yet. So excuse me here. I'm going to go ahead and try to adjust this camera for you guys because I don't like the angle I'm running. So first free throw was no good. So this is the same situation. Okay, hold on. All right, well, I'm going to worry about the camera right now. I'm not going to worry about the rest of the setup. So Kyla missed both her free throws, but she gets the offensive rebound. Stewart goes in, gets blocked. It's out of bounds, stays Golden Eagles. So Stewart was trying to be aggressive and get down there for the points, but she was met by the defense. Bronson bounced to Picard. Picard passes it to the defense. I believe it was meant for Bronson, but she just wasn't turned around ready in time. So foul going to be called on the shot there. Stewart. I don't have my roster on hand right now. I will pull it up shortly. Again, bear with me. I'm a little behind. So finally a point on the board. Stewart with the ball now. She's going to pass it down to Hart. Hart's going to try to take it down. She breaks some ankles right there, but she loses her dribble. Now gets it to Bronson. Bronson takes it back up and back to Hart. Now Hart's going to drive, but no good. She stops her dribble again. Gets it out to Moses. Sistine Moses is going to pass it. Gets tipped. So at least one ref had seen it because it was tipped out by the Vikings. So it stays with the Golden Eagles. So inbound, Hart was blocked. Bronson didn't make her attempt. So offensively they're struggling. Defensively they're doing okay. Hart gets a tip there and it's going to send it back to the Vikings. So quick 30 seconds timeout. And look at this. I'm right by the scoreboard for you guys this time. But again, I apologize for being a little bit late. The game previously was, the other game that was on here earlier was still trying to get set up. So, but again, thank you for tuning in. KCW LP Pendleton. This is Wyatona representing Rez Show, also representing the KCW LP Pendleton, the radio station, here live in Baker City. The Baker Holiday Invitational is what I believe they're calling this up here. So both boys and girls will be playing some games. It's an early game today at noon. A block there by Stewart. Rebounded and out to Hart. Hart gets kind of shoved a little bit, but no worries there. Gets it to Bronson. Bronson to Stewart. Stewart to Bronson. Or I got it backwards. Picard to, okay. I'm running behind you guys. I'm sorry. So Sistine was fouled on the shot, so Moses will be going to the line for 2. I promise I'll get my act together for the second quarter. So still no free throws. The substitution is checking in for the Vikings. Check. All right. My headset was kind of being wonky, but I believe we're all good now. So Moses at the line for a second attempt. No good. I believe that's 4 attempts at the free throw line for the Golden Eagles already in the game, and none went in. Stolen by Hart. Hart passes it to Bronson, who's going to take the ball down for the Golden Eagles. Bronson gives it to Hart, gets a screen. Hart's going to drive it down. She gets it to Picard. Picard's going to look around. She's going to start making a play. She passes over to Moses in the corner. Moses gives it back to Bronson. Bronson crosses up the player and airballs a 3. Out of bounds. It's going to go to the Vikings. It was out of bounds on Stewart. So tough start for both teams offensively. 5:20 left in the first, and no 1 point yet. 1 point is scored so far by either team. So out of bounds, Hart tips the ball out again. So reach in foul on Hart there. Yep. So I'm like I said, I'm running a little bit behind. I'm trying to get the software figured out and everything, but so far I believe we're doing all right. Shout out to Anson back at the station. I meant to text him before, but they didn't give me a lot of time to set up. So first field goal in there for the Vikings. Yep. After the other game was over, they only gave me 3 minutes to try to get set up, and I was up here trying to get set up, and I moved my stuff around. But back to the action here. So Sistine passes out to Picard to Bronson. They're calling for a play. Moving the ball around. Players moving around. Stewart is open for 2 and is no good. Rebounded by Picard, who gets fouled. She had already missed 2 free throws this morning, or this afternoon now, I should say. All right, got the word from the main man that we are golden. No pun intended on the Golden Eagles here. But so Picard here, her second trip to the free throw line. She makes her first this time. This is the 3rd trip for the Golden Eagles this far. And this is the most free throws we made today so far. Stolen by Bronson, but she held on to her. That number 13 on the Vikings was hugging on Sophie, not wanting her to move around, I guess. So Bronson's going to inbound to Picard. Now the Vikings are playing full court press. Picard gets the ball across the half-court line. Screened by Hart. Picard's trying to take it all the way. Gets it to Hart now in the corner. She was trapped. Stewart has the ball, passes it out to Bronson. Now Sophie back up to the top and passes over to Sistine. They're trying to make a play. It's an offensive foul being called on Kyla Picard off the ball. She pushed off her player, or her defense. So Vikings are taking the ball forward here. Vikings are the home team today, and they turned the ball over. Vale is a 3A school from what I remember checking out. So Bronson's going to take the ball forward here. Gets a screen by Stewart. Gets the ball across. Bronson loses the ball. Vikings are going to fast break it now. They get the ball back. Takes a mid-range shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Stewart. Stewart, long pass down to Picard. Picard to Hart. for that bread and butter. Hart is known for those fast break layups like that, so should be no surprise if she makes it. Only surprise it should be is if she misses. So here goes Hart again. She lost the ball. She gets it back, takes it in for 2. Just like that, gets past the defense for 2. 4 quick points in a span of about 10 seconds. And another steal. So Picard's going to take the ball down. Was no good, but she's going to get foul. So Picard will be going back to the line for 2. So this is what I have for you guys information-wise. The Nixyaawii Golden Eagles are a 1A, part of the Old Oregon League. They're currently 5-1, ranked number 9 by the OSAA. And Vale is a 3A school, and they're 3-3, ranked number 23 in the 3A division by OSAA. So Nixyaawii has a little bit of a advantage of the ranking-wise, and right now they're showing it. They're showing why. Picard good for 2 at the free throw line. 3 minutes remain in the first quarter. 3-8 right now. Vikings are trying to figure out what to do. Golden Eagles went on a very quick 6-0 run. 2 points was no good. They're fighting each other, their own teammates around about the rebound there. They're swarming them up on defense. Vikings were on the line, out of bounds, forcing a turnover. So now looks like number 21, that's Grace. Nope, that's Layla checking in. See, I'm acting like I don't know who our kids are. So Picard inbounds to Bronson. They're calling for some plays. Moving the ball around. Picard passes it to So Happy. So Happy is going to move it around, give it to Hart. Hart's going to drive it in, and then she's going to pass it out to Picard. Picard to Stewart. Stewart to So Happy. So Happy could have taken it in, could have passed it earlier, but either way, the Golden Eagles have the ball. Hart's going to take it in, goes out on her foot. So they're moving pretty quick. Again, it's an earlier game than we're used to, as for a weekday, that is. So Vale with the ball now. Golden Eagles are in a zone defense. Vikings for 2. Gets blocked by Stewart. You get the ball back, and they're met on defense again. Staying on that press, not the press, but the zone. Stewart with the defense, but it was no good. The 2 points went in for Vale. Long haul pass again. They're trying to rush, but they could slow it down. They got a lead. There's no reason to rush at this point. Now the game is tied up. 3-point attempt was good by the Vikings. Vikings are on a full court press. Bronson's trying to get the ball across. She gets it across, passes it to Hart. Hart to Stewart for 2, and it's good. So Hart with that assist, the 2 points from Stewart. Now back on defense. They're playing the zone defense once again. The 2-point attempt was no good. Rebounded by Hart this time. Hart passes it to Bronson. They're going to slow it down. Less than a minute left. It's 8-10. Golden Eagles with a 2-point lead. Bronson with the ball over to Hart. Now Hart's going to pass it to Picard. Picard for 3. Short, no good. Rebounded by the Vikings, and they're going to take the ball down. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Swarming them up on defense. Rebounded by Hart. And getting hugged on, but they're not going to call it. So the long pass down to Picard. Picard's got the ball. 30 seconds left of the game. Pass it down to Stewart. Stewart's going to try to drive it in for 2. Again, no good. Rebounded by the Vikings. 20 seconds left of the quarter. Moving the ball. She kind of walked right there, but it was no call. Another 2 points scored for the Vikings, tying the ball game back up. 7-6. They're going to call a foul. So the foul is called on number 15 for the Vikings. A couple of substitutions for the Vikings as well as for the Golden Eagles. Grace Moses checks in. So 3, 2, 1. She's not going to shoot it. She does, but it was way too late. And there's your first half. Pretty exciting so far. It's 10 to 10. They had some fast-paced action, and they just kind of lost control. But again, thank you all for tuning in. KCW LP Pendleton 104.1 FM. This is Wyatt Tona representing the Rez Show here, bringing the broadcast to you live from Baker City. Yep, we left pretty early this morning. Not early enough, apparently. I got here a whole hour early just to set up, and I got set up and had a couple technical difficulties, but we are here. Hope you guys are staying warm and staying safe. I mean, it's getting warm out there now, man. It was about in the 50s yesterday, and getting some crazy wind gusts. So, yeah, and with those high wind gusts, want to encourage you all to be, again, be safe and be prepared for power outages, and check on your elders. Make sure they're good and have the assistance and help they need. And yeah, and again, if anybody's coming up for the tournament at all this weekend or this week, hopefully you guys make it a safe trip, make it up here okay, and we'll see you if you come up. And if you're at home, just stay safe at home, and we'll see you another time. Luckily, fortunate that I'm able to bring this broadcast to you. Excuse me there. Trying to make a call, and she lost it. A little miscommunication, but it's all good. Moving the ball around, so happy, passes out to Moses. Moses is screened by Moses. Yeah. 16 for 2, and it's good. One heck of a shot right there. It was kind of interesting. Stolen by Picard. Picard's on the fast break. Passes it to Bronson. Bronson back to Picard. I don't know why Bronson didn't just take the shot. She was more open than Picard was. So it was before the shot. Foul was before the shot, but Picard will go to the line for a bonus 1-1. First is good, bringing a 3-point lead, 13 to 10. Only good for one. She misses her second attempt. Rebounded by the Vikings, and the Vikings take the ball down. Out of bounds, and it's going to the Golden Eagles. Turnover there by the Vikings. Bronson given directive to have So Happy inbound the ball. Full court press again by the Vikings. Bronson's trying to get the ball across. Gets it across the halfway line there. Gives it to Moses. Moses is going to look around. She gives it back to Bronson. Bronson's going to make a play. Gives it to Moses over there. They're calling for a play, but they're not getting nothing done. 2 points by Moses right there. 16 for 2. Nice little move. I'm assuming that wasn't part of the play, but it worked. They got the 2 points. A 2-point attempt from the free throw line is no good. Rebounded, offensive rebound, foul on the shot by Moses. They called a foul on 25, and there is no 25. So, yeah, ref wasn't paying attention. He called the foul on number 25, but there's no 25. It was on number 23, Sistine. Hart's going to check back in for the Golden Eagles. Grace goes and takes a break. 6:40 left. Air ball in the free throw. A high foul count so far. It's only the first half, and it's 7-9 in the fouls. Picard with the ball. She's going to take it down. She's going to try to get across the half-court line. Gets it down to Moses. Moses is going to take it in for 2. Good. So I don't know if you guys seen that, but Picard was heavily guarded, but she got passed on the defense there. So a foul being called on Yeah, there's a lot of action going on here. I'm not exactly sure what's up. Picard was trying to help up that other player, but was being kind of a poor sport. So mechanical difficulty here, it seems like. So there's a mix-up on the fouls. Yeah, they had us at 13 fouls, so still stolen by Hart. Hart's going to pass it to Bronson. I'm sorry for the lack of the speaking here. I'm getting a little caught up with whatever the heck is going on. Saved by the Vikings, and they're going to hustle back. Golden Eagles getting back on defense. Ellis Stewart knocks it out of bounds, intercepts the pass. 5:53 left of the first half. 11-17 this far. They get it inbound, takes a two, and it's no good. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's going to pass it around. A little slip up there, apparently. So a lot of action, let me tell you what. Crazy pass. I don't think that was necessary, but that makes up for it with that pass right there. So Happy gets the ball, passes it to Bronson. Bronson's going to take the ball forward, and she's going to pass it over to Hart. Hart, you know, I've never seen her shoot a three. She's always been one to drive it in, gets it into Stewart. Stewart's going to pass it out to So Happy. So Happy is going to drive it in, gets it over to Hart. Hart's going to drive it in. So Hart got fouled on the ground, but they're in a bonus situation where Bug will go to the line for 1 and 1. So a couple substitutions for the Vikings. Again, I don't have my roster on hand right now. And Picard checks back in, as well as Elena Beavis checking in. So it was no good on her free throws. Rebounded by the Vikings. They're getting back. 5 minutes left in the half. Golden Eagles in that zone defense again. Prevents the two-point attempt. It's no good, but they're going to call a foul now. So the foul's going to go on Stewart. First one was no good. And second one was good. So Picard's taking the ball down, screened by Beavis. Gets it to Hart, back to Picard. Picard knocks the... I am zoomed in. I didn't even realize. I am so sorry. Golden Eagles. So Picard was trying to pass it, but gets it knocked out by a Viking. Gets it inbound to Stewart. Stewart back to Picard. Picard loses the ball. Getting back on the defense. So out of bounds, stays with the Vikings. Again, my apologies. I'm kind of falling behind here. Hart with the steal. Fast break. She's going to slow it down. No fast break. Gets it to Moses. Moses faked the shot. Drives it in for two. Sistine has been kind of, I think she's the leading scorer at this point of the game. She's gotten in. She hasn't made a three, but she's gotten in for some nice layups. Goes to show that you can't live on the three-point line that all the time. So, but on defense now, the Golden Eagles, hard pass by the Vikings, and they're going to call a jump ball. And it's going to stay with the Vikings. 4 minutes left of the second quarter. Inbounded by the Vikings. A nice move there by the Vikings to get the 2-point lay-in. Moses inbounds to Picard. Bug with the ball now. Sustine's having her make a play. Gets it to Beavis. Beavis over to Picard. Picard over to Moses now. And Moses is trying to figure out what to do and where to go. No good. Turnover on the Vikings there. So another jump. Nope, just kidding. It's a steal. So another 2 points. Another lay-in by Sustine Moses. 14-21. 3 minutes left of the first half. Stolen again by the Golden Eagles. This time, Elena Beavis with a steal. She passes it to Picard. Picard all the way over to Hart. And Hart's going to get it down to Stewart for 2. Foul on the shot. No shot. I mean, the shot wasn't good, but she was fouled, so she'll be going to the line for 2. Stewart takes her first free throw, and it's good. Ella's been pretty dependable from the free throw line this far. She had a couple of clutch free throws against Damascus here that last few weeks ago. And she misses her second. Rebounded by the Vikings. Just under 3 minutes. A 2-point attempt is good. Bronson with a crazy shot. It was no good. Rebounded by the Vikings. Foul on the shot on Picard, and I believe that's her third now. Yep, and that is her third. 16-22, 2:30 left in the game, or the first half, excuse me. Jumping the gun. So another substitution. Kyle is going to sit out. Like I said, first half, she's already got 3 fouls. So Viking at the line right here. No good for either one. Rebounded by So Happy. So Happy throws it into Stewart. Stewart is trying to figure out what's going on. Timeout taken by the Golden Eagles. So man, oh man, moving very quick in this half. Again, I apologize for kind of the delayed start. I usually try to start it up, at least like 5 minutes before the game starts. But I only had 3 minutes to work with after that boys game, and I was still trying to get the layout and everything put together for the video. So again, hopefully you guys are all staying warm and staying safe at your house, your homes, at work, wherever you're at. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Had this holiday just over the weekend. It was good to spend time with the family. It's always nice to be able to gather. Not to get too sentimental, but the older I've gotten, I'm only 24, but I begin to realize that it's presents over presents. The gifts are nice, but just being able to be spending time with your families is what's important. So hopefully you guys had a great Christmas too. Hope you guys are going to have a safe New Year's Eve, because that's coming up this weekend. And if anybody's celebrating any birthdays, happy birthday. So stolen on the inbound. So it was stolen on the inbound. So Happy inbounded it, but it was tapped out. So inbound for the Vikings now. Three-point attempt was no good, but the offensive rebound, they're going to call it a foul on Stewart now. So that's Stewart's third. 2:07 left. This is another attempt at the free throw line for the Vikings. First attempt is good. Moses is checking in for Stewart. Second attempt. No good. She gets her own rebound, puts it in for nothing because it doesn't go in. Jump ball possession goes to the Golden Eagles. 2:02 left in the first half. Again, Vale is on that full court press. Bronson is relying on her dribbling to get her across the half court line. So far it's working. A three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Hart. Hart back out to Bronson. Bronson to Moses. Moses is going to drive it in again. She's been doing very good at it. Passes out to Bronson this time. Now they're calling for a play. Pass to Moses. Moses to Hart. So I'm not sure what the play is, what they're trying, what their goals are. So far it's not working. Passing or pick and roll, but it was more of a pick and pass because it didn't work. Foul on the shot this time by So Happy. So many attempts at the free throw line for the Vikings today. But actually by both teams, I should say. Foul count is 9-9, I believe, right now. So Sophie's trying to rile up her crew, I guess is what she want. Her team. She's trying to rile them up and keep them focused. So no good, but okay, I was gonna say foul. This time So Happy's gonna go to the line. So Happy was fouled. It was on the ground, but they're in a double bonus now. So Layla had the ball and she's gonna go to the line for two. First is good. Good for two. Those are the trips we like to see. So Vikings on the break now. They're trying to move around. Three-point attempt was no good. Goes out of bounds. It's going to the Golden Eagles. So not sure what happened, but Hart ended up on the ground. Sistine was driving the ball. So Happy passes to Hart. Hart all the way over to Sistine. Sistine's going to drive it in again. Nope, she passes out to So Happy for two. Is no good. Not sure. They're hustling, but they're not getting nothing down. Nice save by the Eagles, or by the Vikings. The jump ball possession goes to the Vikings. I am very far off from where I would like to be. So just under 30 seconds left. That was very well a pass, but they're going to call it a shot. Either way, she was going to the line. So the foul was on Mercedes. Oh, man. They're moving the ball around, out of bounds, and it goes to the Golden Eagles. Inbounded. Moses got the ball now. She's going to take it down for the Golden Eagles. Oh, man, that was loud. That didn't sound good. Moses goes in. She loses the ball, but it's out of bounds. Stays with the Golden Eagles. Yeah, man, one of the Vikings, she fell down. She hit her head, and it did not sound good. She looks like she's crying right now. But she's toughing it out. She looks like, I think she's one of the star players for the Vikings anyway. So that ought to do it for your halftime. 18-24. Golden Eagles are up by 6 right now. So I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to the stream here. Again, I'm going to make some adjustments here to make sure things are all right for you guys. So stand by. Again, the boys' game's coming up right after this as well. So, yeah, so I'm going to make these adjustments real quick. So stay tuned. I will get back to you guys here in a few minutes, now that I actually have the time to do so. All right, and we're back. Yep, we're just here in the last few seconds of the halftime here. Again, thank you all for tuning in to KCW LP Pendleton 104.1 FM. This is Wyatona. I believe I'm going to stand up for the second half so I can run the camera a little bit better. Whoops. I was listening to myself on my phone, or watching everything on the phone, make sure everything looked all right. So, camera is up and functioning. So second half starts with the Golden Eagles with possession. Hart passes to Picard. Bronson passes to Picard. Picard for two, right off the bat in the first 10 seconds. 26-18. Taking the ball up, guarded by Bronson right now. Bronson's they're moving the ball around pretty well. Good defense, and of course, there's that bread and butter again. Mercedes Hart for two on the fast break layup. So 10-point lead now for the Golden Eagles. They're on zone defense. They're playing very well. They're reading the passing lanes. They're making the stops. And Vale just doesn't seem to know what to do. So there we go. Mercedes knew to play a little bit smarter, but she passes it to Picard. Picard for two. That is good on that reverse layup. So they're taking the ball up right now. The Vikings are. I still don't know whatever happened to my roster. Again, so the Vale Vikings are a 3A school, and they're 3-3 right now. 2 points by the Vikings. While the Golden Eagles are a 1A school, and they're 5-1. And the one loss that the Nixyaawii Golden Eagles had taken this year was to Crane, who is ranked number 2 from what I last checked. North Douglas is currently number 1. So moving the ball around, good ball movement. Some great ball movement by the Golden Eagles. They're moving the ball around, getting somebody open. Now we're on the off for defense. They're moving around. Yep, no good. Rebounded by Moses. Moses is going to pass it over to Picard. Picard's going to pass it to Bronson. Bronson's got the ball now. She's going to look around, make a play, get a screen maybe. Driving it in. She stops the drive, passes it to Moses for three. No good. Rebounded by Picard. Picard's got the ball, gets it into Stewart. Stewart loses it, but she gets it back. Gives it to Bronson. Bronson for two. So again, some great ball movement, this second half so far. Vikings moving the ball around. They're trying to get somebody open. Just don't know how to do so apparently, and it makes sense. The Golden Eagles are playing some great defense right now. 3-point attempt, no good. Ring around the rosy and right on out. So out of bounds goes to the Golden Eagles. 4:59 left in the third quarter, 34-20. From a 6-point to a 14-point game just in the matter of 3 minutes. So Picard's going to inbound. And again, back on the full court press for the Vikings. Mercedes is going to take the ball up. Gets the ball over to Bronson. Bronson gets it right into the defense. Here come the Vikings. Good ball moving right there, 2 points. And Bronson's going to take the ball forward this time around. Gives it over to Picard. Picard's looking to pass it to somebody. Nope, she's driving it. Nope, she's stopping. She gets it to Stewart. Stewart down to Hart for 2. No good. A lot of contact, but they didn't call the foul, so they're just going to have to keep with it. Staying right on top. The foul being called on the shot, and that's going to be Picard's 4th, I believe. Yep, they're calling it on Picard. And she's showing some very certain frustration. So first shot was no good and called a lane violation anyway. So makes the second. Layla with the ball now. Gets it up to Stewart. Stewart's going to drive it. Nope, she's going to stop it and pass it to Bronson. Sets the screen, gets back. Now Bronson's calling for a play. Gets it over to Hart. Hart with the ball. But Grace fell down, so he caused a turnover there. Another 2 points by the Vikings. Down to a single-digit game again. Stewart running the ball up for the Golden Eagles. Gets it up to Bronson. Bronson getting called on travel. Bronson's yelling that she's got hit in the face 3 times, but they called the travel, so. Again, it's just a matter of playing the game. So that's the thing with zone, they're going to double team, and when they double team, they're leaving somebody open 9 out of the 10 times. So, yeah, they're coming back. The Vikings are starting to read the Golden Eagles the same way the Golden Eagles were reading the Vikings at first. So Bronson's going to take the ball forward. So timeout Golden Eagles. Yeah. Interesting half, though, so far. So 27-34. They did have a 16 or 14-point lead there for a second, but then they lost it. Still ahead by 7. Just under, I believe it's like 2:30 left of the third quarter. So Golden Eagle ball here. So inbound to Bronson. Bronson's going to look for a screen or a play, something. So a foul going to be called on 13 for the Vikings. Again, I did have a roster, but I don't know whatever happened to it, so I'll have to go grab one again before the boys' game. But stand by for that. So Bronson's got the ball now again. She's going to pass it to So Happy. So Happy gets a screen by Stewart. Passes back to Bronson for 3. And it's good. I thought my camera angle was a little bit better. I'm sorry about that. I try to keep it at a spot where I don't have to move the camera a whole lot. Stolen. Oh, my gosh. So it was stolen by Bronson, but Moses couldn't capitalize on the ball. And again, by Moses, that's Grace out there currently. 2:17 left in the third. It's a 10-point ball game. So, man, a lot of offensive looks here. No good. Hart with the ball. Gets it to Bronson. Stewart with the block. Moses loosely passes it away. It's a pretty good number of turnovers in this last couple of possessions, but Golden Eagles are still up by 10. Picard's trying to, well, not Picard, Moses is over, she gets the ball. Passes it to Hart. Hart to Stewart for 2, no good. Gets her own rebound though. She passes it in to Grace, but tapped out by the Vikings. So Elena Beavis checking in again. Grace is checking out. Couple substitutions for the Vikings. Again, I don't have my roster on me, so I don't quite know the names. Some more of them crazy passes at the same time. It's not hard to read those, so the offense should, or the Eagles should have been able to read the bounce pass, but just another kind of a lazy turnover. 10-point lead though, so I guess it's okay right now. But Golden Eagles need to kind of strengthen up on that, both ends. So 15 gets right past the defense. So happy over to Bronson. Bronson could drive it in for 2. No good. 30 seconds left of the first or the third quarter here. So now Vikings take a 3. No good. Goes overboard. Rebounded by the Golden Eagles. Hart with the ball. She gets it tapped out, so it stays with the Vikings. 21.3 left of the third quarter. Substitution for the Vikings. Bronson inbounds to So Happy. So Happy's got the ball. 15 seconds left. Bronson with the ball now. She's going to look to make some play to end the quarter. Beavis with the ball now. Drives it, passes it to Bug. Mercedes passes it to So Happy. So Happy gets it to Stewart. Stewart passes it away. So that's your third quarter, 29-37. That was kind of a hard quarter for the girls. I mean, they're still ahead, but it was just a lot of lousy turnovers. So as long as they're able to wake themselves back up and play smart this next quarter, they should do fine. You know, they have great chemistry. It's just a matter of, you know, the execution on their part. So, and Vikings have been doing well, doing well. They're not a bad team. Again, for playing a 3A versus a 1A school. But again, stand by. After this game will be the boys varsity. And they will be playing one of the school rivals of Powder Valley. The girls, I can't remember exactly how it went last year, but I believe that I think the Powder Valley boys did beat the Golden Eagles last year. But they lost a lot of seniors too, so. Fighting for the rebound there. Hart gets the board and she passes it over to Bronson. Bronson to Picard, and Picard over to So Happy to Bronson. Bronson looking to do something here. Stops her dribble, passes it over to Hart. Hart to Picard. Picard to Hart again. Triple team, pass it through the legs, and kind of, I would say, vintage move there. Layla gets down and grabs the ball. She doesn't hesitate to do that. So 7:30 left in the game. Picard passes it into Moses. Sistine gets it blocked. Stays with the Golden Eagles. Bronson inbounds again, this time to Hart, back to Bronson. Bronson's going to take the ball to the top. Passes it to Hart. Hart to Picard, kind of got tipped away there for a second, but she gets it back. Now over to Bronson in the corner. Bronson has the ball. She's going to pass it over to Picard. I think they're trying to kill the clock a little bit because they're moving. I don't know what plays they're run, what the play is, but they're moving slow. Great look, great move. 2 points by Sistine. Vikings now with the ball. 2-point attempt was no good. So some of the girls are sharing some words out there. So inbound was made, gets it to Picard. Picard gets it to Hart, who's going to take it down, passes it to Sistine this time. Sistine's going to take the ball in, takes it back out to the 3-point line. Gets it to Bronson, who's in the corner, trying to figure out what is going on here. She drives it in. Hail Mary shot there, so 2 points is no good by the Vikings, but they get an offensive rebound. Lose the ball. So timeout Vikings. So let's go ahead and get a good look at the team over here in the corner. You know, I thought the team was on this side, so that's why I sat on this side, but I was wrong, so I'm on the other side. But, you know, it is what it is. The Golden Eagles, 39. Vikings, 29. Fourth quarter. So the timeout was called by Vale. They had the ball over in half-court line over there, so it's going to stay with them. Taking the ball forward, pass it over to 21 here. 21's got the ball, pass it back to 13. To 15, I believe that number is. Can't quite tell their numbers. The colors kind of collide with, for me anyway. Anyway, but they take a 2-point attempt, and it's no good. Offensive rebound. 2-point attempt is also no good. Another offensive rebound. Out of bounds is going to the Golden Eagles. To the Vikings, excuse me. So Stewart's checking back in for the Golden Eagles. So happy taking their break. 5:30 left in the game. Blocked by Sistine. Hart's going to drive it down. Gets it out to Bronson. Bronson to Picard. Picard to Stewart. Stewart to Moses. And Kyella is done for the game. And that was her 5th personal. So happy he's checked right back in. It was a great performance tonight by Kyella. Just struggled with the fouls today. First shot's no good, 5-12. Still in the game. Still a 10-point game. Could go down to the single digits if they make this free throw here. Nope, no good. As they say, the ball don't lie. But she did get a good foul on that shot. So Hart with the ball in the corner. Gets it to Bronson. Bronson over to So Happy, but So Happy gets the ball stolen, and So Happy back on the ground again. So a timeout by the Golden Eagles. So Happy looked to may have gotten hurt when she went down. So, yeah, like I said, it's a fast-paced action. You're trying to figure out what to do. Need to make some adjustments here. So I think we're under the 5-minute mark at this point for the game. Stand by for the boys varsity. Hope you guys are staying warm and staying safe out there. So back to the action. So Happy inbounds to Bronson. Bronson's going to take the ball. Gets it to Moses. Moses has the ball now. Passes to So Happy. So Happy gets it to Bronson. Bronson getting double teamed, but gets it to Hart. Hart's going to drive it and gets it to Stewart. Stewart's going to move it around to Bronson. Bronson going to drive it in, gets it to So Happy for 2, but she loses it. Hustling back on the defense there. A reverse layup. Stewart was trying to get the block, but it was just a tad bit too late. Back to a single-point game now. So Happy with the ball, gets it to Stewart. Stewart was going to drive it in, gets it blocked. .412 left in the game. It's 31-39. They're trying to run a play, but they don't know what plays they're running. They're calling a jump ball even though she was kind of being hugged on. Yeah, this is a tough kind of ending for the Golden Eagles now. Under 4 minutes left, though. They still have time to stay in the game and maintain control. Beavis is checking in for the Golden Eagles. So Happy checking out. So Golden Eagles are still. It was a super late call, but they said that was a lane violation inbounding the ball. So Golden Eagles are being met on the full court press, so I believe that, they should find a way to answer that, if not match them on that, because Mrs. Moses gets the ball stolen, foul on her. .344 left. Moses has her third foul. Vikings back at the line. Good for 1 out of the 2. Bring it down to 7 points. Beavis is going to inbound it to the defense. So good passing, but just no good. Beavis gets a hold of the ball. Some good hustle and aggression right there on the board. Bronson's getting bodied very bad. Yeah, it was almost turning into a wrestling match the way it was looking there for a second. 32-39, 3:25 left in the game. Hart with the ball, is going to drive it in. It's no good. So fouls before the shot. They're going to be on the ground still. So Golden Eagles are trying to wake back up or figure out what they need to do right that they haven't been. They need to learn how to inbound it apparently, because every inbound recently hasn't been working out for them. Nobody was there for the rebound, man. Golden Eagles are getting out rebounded bad. So Vikings with the ball still. They're trying to score, and they do. So Sophie fell, hurt herself, it looked like. Not sure exactly what was going on, but yeah, so far, I mean, it's been tough in this last couple of minutes of the game. So, and they still have time to play. So I'm hoping that they use this timeout to make the proper adjustments they need to make to stop making them turnovers and slow the ball down, and figure out how to break that press that they're going on. The Vikings have been full court pressing the Golden Eagles, and they just haven't found an answer for it. So. Yeah, it's a close game, though, 39-35, closer than it probably should be. But, live and learn in the game. Still got some time, so, again, maybe they'll figure something out here in the next few minutes. So Golden Eagles with the ball here on the inbound. Get it into Beavis. Beavis gets it to Hart. Hart to Bronson. Yep. Moses with the ball now. She's kind of getting trapped. They're gonna call the foul. Hart hustled right down there to get that ball. Out of bounds, stays with the Golden Eagles. 2:23 left. It's a 4-point ball game. Inbounded. Holding on to her arm, but they're calling a jump ball. Staying with the Golden Eagles anyway, so Hart's going to inbound it to Stewart. Stewart back to Hart. Hart to Bronson. Bronson's going to drive it in before the shot. So this is the area they need to know how to do their inbounding. I'm sorry that I'm kind of quiet. I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. So Beavis in the corner. Beavis is yelling for the play to go. Another hand check for the Vikings. So it looks like Beavis will go to the line for the bonus. .31 fouls out with her 5th. .159 left, and it's 39-35. Could be 41 if Beavis knocks down these free throws. No, she doesn't, but Sistine gets the ball back. So the zone that these girls are playing, I'm speaking of the Vikings, they're doing double teams. When they do double teams, somebody's left wide open, but they've been smothering so well that nobody's able to see what's going on. So, yeah, it's, I'm trying to, like I said, I'm kind of getting frustrating with how the plays have been going. So 15 fouls out as well. Sophie will be going to line for the 1-and-1 bonus. So Sophie needs to knock a couple of these down, but she doesn't. Rebounded by the Vikings. They're hustling back on defense. Stolen by Sistine for 2. Gets fouled on the shot. So she'll go to the line for 2. So this is the defense we were needing. And the offense, I should say, they're finally getting the fouls called. Sistine, again, don't want to jinx it, but she's very reliable at the free throw line. Knocks them both in, gets it up to a 6-point game. Vikings are going to take it down. They need to make the right stop. Stolen by Beavis. Beavis loses the ball. No good. Stewart was trying to get the rebound. Viking was over her back, but there was no call, but they got the ball anyway, so they're going to take it down. Moses with the ball now. 1 minute left. Hart with the ball. She's going to drive it. No, she's not. She's going to slow it down. They can hold the ball and kill the clock now because 6-point game. That's the way to do it right there. Smart offense now by the Golden Eagles. They're milking the time off the clock. 48.7 remain. Moses is at the line. Misses the first. She makes the second one. It'll probably put the game in the bag. Nope, she doesn't hit any of them. But Bug gets the Hart ball back. They just threw Marseilles down, but they didn't make no call. Sophie with the ball now. Yeah, they're milking the clock. Foul was called on 13. 6 points, a 6-point ball game. I'm sorry, I'm usually a little more into the game here, and I'm trying to see what's going on. So 45 or 41-35. It's a 6-point ball game. Bronson's on the line for 2. Stand by again for the boys' game coming up right after this. So 2 of the Vikings have fouled out, and 1 of the Golden Eagles has fouled out. So a lot of fouls in this game. There's no shortage of that for sure. Again, stay tuned for the boys varsity game coming up right after this. Once this game is done, I'll go ahead and get the stream set up for the boys. Bronson good for one. And she's good for two. 25 seconds left in the ball game here. Stolen by Hart. Hart has the ball, and I believe that will pretty much wrap it up. Yeah, that'll do it. So 45 or 43-35 to end the game. It was a little closer than I kind of anticipated it, but Golden Eagles got it done. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you guys stay tuned for the next game here for the boys. Again, I'll go ahead and get that stream set up here as soon as I can. Again, it's Nixyaawii versus Powder Valley coming up right after this.